Today's video, I'm going to go over trading 2024. I'm going to go over my flaws, my mistakes, the root of it, how I can rewire my brain, what strategies I intend to use. And then, of course, shout out Blasian. We're watching one of his videos, this one right here. Took notes, we went through it. And I have a little bit more as to what I want to add on to this. And using this, what he was talking about, using it. He's somebody that I look up to in the community, somebody that's very authentic. He shows you the accounts. He's not like the gurus where, they're trying to sell you something. They don't show you the accounts, prop firm accounts that much anymore. They're just trading live. They're doing this, doing that. You don't know if they're, trading on, a demo. You don't know if they're trading or they're affiliated with a certain prop firm, and the prop firm allows them to have this capital and makes it seem like they're winning, or they give them a fake payout, like just so many other things. He's authentic. He shows you the account. He shows you the progress. He shows you his mistakes. He's, majority of these traders showing you their wins only. They're perfect. It's just not realistic in my opinion. In the trading community, especially with how people are displaying the results, like they're, especially on Twitter, Twitter, they show, they win every single trade. And it's just not like that in the trading community. He's someone that keeps it real. And I like that. I support that. I genuinely admire people like that show you the real side of trading. But yeah, in today's video, I'm going to go over what are my trading flaws, over leveraging, over trading, not following my rules or my model. At times, it can be my rules, like taking one trade a day, or it could be my model. I'm not sticking to my mechanical model or, one of the ICT models. And the only one I plan. Okay, so let's go through this. What strategies or models do I intend to use is the mechanical model. The one I've posted, the 2024 one, which is CRT X time frame alignment. So like the MMXM model with CRT, like time frame pairing, using the 4 hour, the 15, and then the 1 minute. So you're using those, and then eventually the ICT unicorn model. So having a higher time from drawn liquidity, or having a higher time from internal array to external, and then the market maker model, time elements needed for this one. So this one needs time elements, this one not really, because again, we're waiting for candle closures, all that. So yeah. One of my mistakes I have in trading is over leveraging, and eventually I'm going to go through that. We're going to go through that on this one right here. So, and then eventually, what can I do to fix these mistakes? Follow our rules, submit to the time needed, be consistent in our approach, journal the mistakes, have the correct mindset, inconsistent in my routine. I did forget to read that one. So inconsistent in my routine as of like, I have a certain routine every single day and I don't follow it certain days, like the weekend. Or like Monday, I might come in and wake up a little bit later because it's just like no news, or it's a bank holiday, even though I should be continuing to wake up early and continuing to tape read and just like watch the market or do something else. We don't have to watch the market. We don't have to trade. We can simply just step away and go do something else, like read the book or review my trades for that week or that day, and just do something else, to improve my trading. It doesn't have to be watching the charts 24/7, or it could be tape reading crypto, or like reviewing my swing trading or my position trading in crypto, like it doesn't have to be every day, going and trying to trade the prop firms, or, you don't have to go and do that. You can do something else. You don't have to go look at the charts. You can review your journal, you can review your trades that you've taken for the month or that. And then what can I do to fix these mistakes? Follow our rules, following our rules as of like every day, taking only one trade a day, trying to wait for the high quality setups, using the time elements, or like trading only during a specific time. It could be New York AM session silver bullet, PM session silver bullet. Depends on the economic calendar, how the week is structured and all that. So yeah, follow our rules, one trade a day, trying to take the highest quality setup for that day. Submit to the time needed. That's another aspect where I need to work on, is submit to the time needed. Like I feel like I'm trying to rush the process majority of the time. That's kind of why I blew my past account, my previous account. It's because I'm trying to rush the process. I was on phase 2. I'm trying to rush the process. Why am I trying to rush the process? Because I want money. Why do I want money? Because I'm not in the financial situation, or I'm not in the financial area of my life where I would want to be. What I got to do, get a job, go get a part-time job. That's kind of what I plan on doing, is getting a part-time job, and then eventually trying to do something remote, so I've been trying to, get into that, doing research online, using ChatGPT, for the best remote jobs. Majority of them are in tech, so maybe doing something in IT. I've been doing that, researching, trying to fund my trading, prop firm trading, my crypto investments, and also, trying to get a remote job, something, funding that. And then be consistent in our approach. Again, following the rules, sticking to it every single day. If I say I'm gonna take one trade a day, don't deviate away from that. There's no need to trying to take more than one trade a day. Or if I'm saying, I'm gonna only risk 2% per trade idea, only risk 2%. Don't just aim for 4%. If I say I'm gonna do, a 1 to 2 every trade, I don't care. Aim for a 1 to 2 every trade, and then journal the mistakes. Journal your mistakes. And sometimes I don't journal. Like the mistakes majority of the time I have whenever I'm trading is whenever I'm in the trade. Or I move the stop loss too early, or before I take the trade, I risk too much. I'm thinking about, I'm overzealous. I'm like overconfident. I'm euphoric. I think this trade idea is like the best trade in the world, and I think I won't ever have an opportunity like this be presented again. So then eventually I put so much risk on it, and it just doesn't pan out, or it just doesn't deliver the way I want it to. And the bias is correct, but the delivery wasn't the best. So then we lose, or something like that, because we had too much risk. We were overzealous. We tried to have that extra tight stop loss, and it just didn't go in our favor. And so yeah, journal the mistakes. Majority of the time is gonna have to be in trades or before, because after I journal, majority of the time whenever I'm done journaling or whenever I'm done with the trade and I journal, I feel like it just doesn't really help me. So I have to keep like a little notepad here somewhere to like journal while I'm in a trade or before I even take a trade. What am I feeling? What am I thinking? How can I be able to prevent those mistakes also from happening for the next trade? Because I feel like that's very, very important. Then have the correct mindset. Again, having the correct mindset is always about understanding that there will always be more opportunities being presented. So having that abundance mindset, not having that scarcity mindset. I feel like I do have scarcity mindset at times, wherever I'm just thinking, like this might be this might be the trade that can be able to pass me the account. That's not the type of mindset you don't want to have. You want to have the abundance mindset where, okay, this trade looks good. I'm willing to risk 2%, to get me out of this drawdown, or to put me in, just to put me in like a plus 4%, on this phase one. Having that abundance mindset, because then eventually if you have that scarcity mindset, you're like, oh, this trade, looks really, really, really nice. It's sticking to my model or my rules. And this might be the one, this might be the trade to pass me the account. You don't want to have that type of mindset. You want to have the mindset where those trades are going to repeat. Follow your rules and your model. You're consistent. You're going to be profitable. So have the correct mindset. And the end goal isn't always to just pass phase one or phase two or get a payout. The end goal is consistency. You have to understand that the end goal is consistency. How are you able to have consistency? By having the abundance mindset, understanding that you can do this over and over, and you can do this over and over. You're going to continue to grow, continue to learn, and continue to get better. But you have to have the right mindset. You can't simply go into the mindset or the market with that scarcity mindset, because then you're not going to be able to learn from these mistakes, and you're going to continue to do them. And it all starts with the mindset. It's not really in the charts no more. It's all about yourself. At certain points, once you get to a certain level in trading, it just isn't about the charts or analysis any further. It's about you. You're the one pushing the button. You're the one putting the size. You're the one that dictates where you want to take profit and where you want to put your stop loss. And those all of those things can be controlled if you simply have the right mindset. Sometimes they can't be controlled. Sometimes you make emotional decisions that influence that trade, and doesn't go in your favor, and you tend to wonder why. And it's simply just your mindset. So have the correct mindset. Have that abundance mindset where you're seeing yourself from a different perspective. The type of mindset I want to have is one where I visualize and I analyze. One thing I've been doing recently is visualizing myself as a profitable trader, visualizing myself as a profitable trader, or the alter ego, that Gene used to talk about, is have an alter ego. Pretend that you're like some hedge fund manager. You're trading for this company like Goldman Sachs or BlackRock or Vanguard. You're a hedge fund manager. What type of mindset would you have? Would you take this type of trade? Would you be really wanting to trade this type of day, or is this really following your rules? Is this the right amount of risk you want to have? Like if you had that profitable version of yourself, if you visualize that profitable version of yourself, try to implement the mindset, the beliefs, and the right thought process of that profitable version of yourself into the reality of you right now. And just over time, you will become that type of person, and then you'll eventually be profitable. You already are profitable. You just have to implement the right mindset, the right beliefs, and have the right rules, and just be consistent and submit to the time, and you'll become that person that you visualized that was profitable, because it's ready inside of you. Everything is ready inside of you. You just simply have to tap up into that little energy and that little discipline and that consistency in your brain, and just over time it will happen. So having that correct mindset, I think that's the most important thing out of all of this. Of course, journaling and all that is important, and being consistent, following your rules, all that's important. But if you continue to repeat those mistakes, you're not able to do anything about it, then journaling is not really doing anything. So you're gonna have to do something to combat that, and to really understand and identify, and just really question how you can fix that. I think that's very important for journaling, but the right mindset and just going into like the day, with the correct thoughts and beliefs is far more important, so yeah. And then why do I have these flaws? What's the root of it? Trying to rush the process. Again, I'm trying to rush the process. Why? Because I want money. I want money. Everybody does it for money, but it's not about the money. It's about the skill, and even if you do get the money, what is going to change? What is going to change? You're going to be able to get this. You're going to be able to get that. You're going to be able to get the validation from this people, from this. And then after what? After what? What's going to happen after? How are you going to feel? Are you going to feel fulfilled after? Like, is everything gonna boom after you make like 500k trading profit? How are you gonna feel after? What type of person are you gonna become? How are you gonna feel after? How are you gonna feel after you get the money, after you get the cars, or you get the watches, or you get the validation from these people, or you get the followers, this, that? Are you going to feel fulfilled after you reflect over that amount of time, say 3 years or 5 years? You reflect and you think, was your life, was those experiences, to get in the money? Is that all you can think about? Is that what made you feel the most fulfilled during those years? And if the answer is no, then no, like there's no point of trying to rush the process and just only think about money. Like there's other things in life that will make your life more fulfilling, like spending time with your family, spending time with people you love, working on yourself, like reading, eating healthy, working out, connecting with people, like-minded individuals, just certain things that will, or creating things, creating content, creating apps, creating software, doing something. There's other things in life that will make you more fulfilled than just simply making money and then just thinking of the money. Again, I keep thinking of the money. Why am I thinking about the money? Because I want money. Why do I want money? I want to retire my parents. Why do I want money also? Because I want to, get a cool watch or something. I want to get a Rolex or something, or I want validation from other people, But you have to ask yourself, is that really going to fulfill you? Is that really going to satisfy you? Is that really going to be the end goal? Is that really going to be like, okay, cool, we got all this, but what's now? What's after? Like, what's next? It's not really going to change anything after you get all that, You're going to be asking, okay, what else can I get now? So, and then being influenced by social media. So again, being influenced by social media, seeing people trade on Mondays, holidays, or taking this trade, using this model, or doing this and that, trading this asset class, trading this pair, putting this amount of risk on, having this amount of capital, or driving this car, having this watch, having this amount of payouts, like certain things like that influence you. They try to rush the process. They try to, influence you to go join their Discord or something, or to buy this, to buy that, or to do this, do that, or to trade this way, trade that way. It's not really ideal. You want to be creating your own path, thinking for yourself, being logical, and just trying to work on yourself, because at the end of the day, that's all this is. And then how can I rewire my brain? Affirmations to ingrain it into the subconscious mind. This is what Blasian, Blasian did that. This is what Blasian talked about, affirmations. I think affirmations are very important. I read this book here, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. Very good book. But I just haven't really been reviewing these books that I've read. But I do plan on doing that, I do plan on reviewing the trading books that I've read, those powerful books like that, and just like really taking notes and then start implementing those things into my life. Because I read books and I take notes, but I don't implement the things that those books have taught me, or I don't review them often, and I need to start actually implementing and actually putting these things into my life. Another book, Compound Effect. So he's talked about, I know Blasian talked about the Compound Effect, but I've read a book about Compound Effect. Really, really, really good book by Darren Hardy. And then, I read it a long time ago, but I don't review these books. Another good book was Psycho-Cybernetics. This is life-changing, in my opinion. If you haven't read it, read it. I do plan on reviewing those books and making my subconscious mind, in my control, using it to my advantage, making it very powerful, and then eventually staying grounded and following our rules. That's one thing, staying grounded and following my rules. And I feel like this is something I just don't do. I try to rush the process, try to do this, try to do that, but I have to continue to ask myself, why am I doing this? I need to have boundaries to really stop these, certain mistakes, certain emotions by journaling before I take a trade, or reading affirmations before I take a trade, or just doing something to prevent those negative thoughts from, coming into my trading and influencing me and making me make the wrong decisions. Like after a loss, I need to read, one of those affirmations or journal after a loss, how I felt, before, after, or before, during, and what am I going to do after now, like stepping away or reviewing it, stepping away, reviewing the market, just tapering, or simply doing something else, going to the gym, going for a run, going for a walk outside, and then thinking of progress, not perfection. That's another thing. Whenever I take a trade, I usually just think about, okay, I took this trade, I want to aim for the profit target now. I take a trade and now I'm like setting my profit target for how much I need to just simply pass the account. And that's not ideal. You need to be aiming for realistic areas, following your rules. If you say you're going to be aiming for 1 to 2, or if you're saying you're going to aim for this high up here, that's your drawn liquidity, or that's your area where you want to just completely take out, then aim for that. There's no need for you to aim for more. Or if you want to take out at this, standard deviation area, take it out there. There's no need for you to be aiming for more. There's no need for you to be trying to just simply pass the trade in one trade and just aiming for the profit target to pass the account, which isn't realistic. Aim for realistic targets. Aim for what you set out that you said you were going to do and follow your model. Don't just be greedy. Don't be, trying to, rush the process. Again, submit to the time. Consistency is far better than anything else. Consistency and discipline is what's going to make you profitable and consistent at the end of the day. Connect the goal to a long-term purpose / goal. Once you have a goal, say you have you're aiming for making this amount of money or passing this amount or reaching this amount of funding. Say you want to reach 1 million funding, and you connect that goal to a long-term purpose or goal. So say you want to be consistently profitable for the next 5 years, and you want to have your short-term goal is to reach 6 figures funding by the end of this year. If you connect both of those are very, very powerful. You want to be consistently profitable for the next 5 years, so that means you want to be positive, not negative. So of course you're gonna have losing months, you're gonna have losing quarters, but the whole year, if you're aiming for the next 5 years, you're not gonna have to be able to see one negative month as, oh, I'm not profitable no more. You have to see that. You're not going to be able to see that. You're not going to be able to see this one losing week as, oh, I'm not profitable no more. You connect it to a long-term goal. And then same thing with 6 figures funding. You may lose, this account, or you may lose phase 1, but you continue to go because you have the whole year to aim for 6 figures. Same thing with 5 years of profitability. You may lose 1 quarter, or you may be in drawdown for this amount of time. But if you think about the long-term process, that, those 5 trades or that month in the long-term perspective is not going to matter. That one trade out of the whole hundreds of trades that you have taken is not going to matter. So again, it's very important to connect it to a long-term purpose or goal, and then visualize ourselves being the profitable version of ourselves, and then simply adopting the mindset, habits, and belief to become that version. So that's all I plan on doing recently is when I've been meditating, is simply thinking about how my version of myself being profitable would have, the habits, the mindset, and the beliefs going into that trading day, and then after, and then before, and then during, and then what lifestyle that profitable version of myself would be doing, and then eventually my trading strategies I intend to use is the mechanical model and then the unicorn model. So let's go to this one. So again, he said, don't be lazy. Journal review when you feel like you're not improving, or if it's not doing it. What that means is journal, don't be lazy. Even when you feel like you're not making progress, continue. And then learning about yourself is the hardest thing in trading, and making the right decisions, not the charts, and reading them. So that's very, very important. It's always your fault. It's no one else's fault, only yours. It was your choice to add on the size to take that extra trade. Have self-accountability in trading. The why will come once you accept your risk, your mistakes. We can have a trading model, but we also need a mental model. Very, very important. Ask yourself why and break down your thinking patterns and be honest. So again, one of them was over leveraging that he was talking about, and I completely agree. And why do you desire money so badly? Money isn't everything. It can buy experiences, love, or happiness with people you care about. And then money won't bring the validation you desire. That's true. Money won't bring the status that I continue to think about whenever I'm trading. Whenever I'm looking to trade this, that, it's not going to bring that. And it's not. Money won't bring you validation. Money won't set you apart from people. It's not. It's just a vehicle. It's a tool to continue to improve your life and to level you up. That's all it is. It's not going to make you somebody that's glorified. You shouldn't be having that. I don't know why I have that, but I need to get rid of it soon. And then number 3 is I'm in a financial situation where I desire to have money and lots of it quickly, instead of becoming the person who has the right mindset and thoughts to make the amount, to have the skill. What can you do outside of the charts to make your life more fulfilling? For me, I can simply be going to the gym, reading, and then eventually hanging out with people I love. What else can I be doing? What else? We gym, reading, those things make me fulfilled. The gym making me fulfilled by working out, reading, growing my knowledge, hanging out with loved ones, and then studying. And what else? Creating content. I love creating content. So yeah, those are some things that can make my life more fulfilling. I don't simply have to be on the charts 24/7. I can be doing all these right here, improving myself. Why am I scared to enter a trade? Fear of being wrong. That's another. Yeah, it's true. So sometimes I do get scared of entering a trade. And sometimes the fear of being wrong. I won't lie. Sometimes whenever I'm making long-term investments, I get scared, what if this doesn't play out, in the next 3 years or something like that, So it's the fear of being wrong. And then eventually over leverage trading, or trying to have that one shot, one kill, and passing the account in one trade. So waiting for the best trade and second guessing once we have it. So if we have so much risk on the market and we're waiting for one trade and we have everything, and we still get fearful once we have all those criteria met, it's because the risk. We simply can't accept the risk. So lower the risk, and then eventually having passed losing experiences with heavy amounts of risk, losing accounts, we become fearful of taking it since heavy risk is on. So again, not having heavy risk, that's something I need to work on. Why am I trying to have a heavy risk? Because I want to rush the process. Why are you trying to rush the process? Because you're not in the financial situation where I want to be. I desire money quickly and lots of it to become, instead of becoming the person who has the right mindset and thoughts to make that amount, you just need to have the skill, and be disciplined. And then eventually, why am I trying to strategy hop? That's another thing recently. Why am I trying to strategy hop? We get shiny object syndrome and we become super profitable. We get shiny object syndrome and think we will become super profitable if we learn that way of trading. It's not like that. It's all a mindset. And then thinking once we add more knowledge or models, we will have more profitability come to us sooner, which is not at all true at all. So that's one thing you should not strategy hop. And then rewire those thought patterns with positive affirmations. One of them I added was we can always make more money trading, so we don't need to put on heavy amounts of risk. That's one of them I added because I know this is very, very true. And the mind has control of us instead of us controlling our mind. So I need to control my mind. So yeah, that's pretty much really it. What do I plan on doing really, really soon? Again, adding the affirmations, adding a journal here, creating like this alter ego, for my mind, and eventually, like the other things I said, getting a part-time, trying to work remote, but also like reviewing my trades, reviewing the books that I've read, trying to implement that knowledge into my life, and just trying to become someone that is profitable, or just trying to become that version of myself that is profitable. I did clean my whiteboard. I plan on adding more goals, so I'm gonna start with 2025, or I'm gonna do the weekly. I'm gonna do monthly and then weekly. I think I'm gonna do yearly, monthly, weekly. I think that's better, honestly. So that's pretty much really it. I'm going to start it really, really soon. I'm going to be journaling, reviewing, and all that, trying to find, what type of goals I want to have that are realistic, and just trying to work my way into that. So yeah, peace.